Hi there, and welcome to part one of dispelling some of the myths of the golf swing. So what we're looking at today really is the head, and how people maybe try and keep the heads too still, or so fixated on keeping the heads down, and how the head and how that's positioned can affect what the golf swing does, and particularly perhaps how your shoulders work, and the knock-on effect this has when you're trying to hit golf balls. So one of our pupils here, Peter. Now what we're looking at really at the start for Peter is on the left is his old one. His new swing here is on the right after we've done a session basically. Um, Now the main thing I want to look at is how his head is positioned really. So his head or his neckline compared to his spine here. So this is not quite in line, and really his head was kind of at the wrong angle. Now what that of course for Peter when he swings is combined with a little bit on how he's set up and a concept of different concepts what he was trying to do in his golf swing. When he'd actually swing, his shoulders work very vertical, kind of this way, and he'd have a lot of weight and a lot of weight shifting back and a lot of swaying in his golf swing. So then when he come back into impact, he'd have to try and match this up with a very similar move, and this would cause the club in his arms to come in sort of in the wrong direction into the golf ball and give him a very inconsistent strike and a very much an up and down or vertical type motion to his golf swing. So what we looked at was, once we worked on his setup a little bit, we looked at his head and his neck angle, so just changing that and trying to get it more on the end of his spine basically. So once this is at a different angle here, his shoulders can work around his spine better. So if we look at the first part of his swing, you'll notice that his shoulders are working around his spine more rather than a very vertical direction. Now his head looks up more, and it looks like his shoulders are actually working around his neck rather than his head getting dragged or pulled down as he goes through his golf swing here. So as we take this up towards the top of his swing, he now looks a lot freer around the neck and shoulder area. He's got better sort of hitting angles or hitting position for his golf shot, and this is going to in turn result in a better direction, a better impact to the golf ball here. So looking pretty good at impact here. So this certainly had a big effect for Peter, and we're just going to look at how this affected somebody else as well. Okay, so another one on pupils here they've just started working with. He's just started playing golf again. This is Justin. And if we look at his old one on the left here, so again we can see that his head and his neck angle just doesn't look on the end of his spine here. So he's obviously we've got some setup issues here that we've started to look at. But same for Justin as he swings back, because of what his neck's doing, it restricts him and his body from moving, in the right way or an effective way for his golf swing. So again here we can see he's probably not in the best body position for making a powerful move back into the ball, and as he comes back in, again he's trying to compensate for that on the way in, so his shoulders work very vertical through the ball. He gets kind of stuck over it with his right side here, and he starts to lose some power with his arms breaking down as he hits the ball. Now again on the right here, so we've changed it, we can see that his head and neck look more on the end of his spine now here. So this made a massive difference for Justin. He really noticed a big difference with how his shoulders could move and how they could work around his body here. So again, he starts to get some better hitting angles with his spine and his the right side of his body here. So he's got more of what he needs. And then from here, he's got a simpler return back with his body and his shoulders coming back into impact. So again here, what I'd recommend for people is, just be careful of what you're trying to do with your heads, and perhaps use a mirror to check how your head's, if it's on the end of your spine or what it's looking like really. So the thing with people's heads is people see their heads, or people notice that their head's moving. Now this is normally because the spine or their upper body's moving, and then there's always a cause for that. So the key is to get to the root cause of why your spine or your upper body might be lifting, and in turn why that makes it look like your head is lifting. So I think that's really crucial. So hopefully this helps. Maybe going to have a check what your heads are doing. If you find you have problems with your shoulders or your head moving around, maybe come and get a professional to have a look, or maybe book a session. Feel free to post any videos on my send them in, email them to me, or contact me. You can post them on Facebook, or alternatively you can do this for our academy. You can do this for our V1 online academy. And if you want any more details on this, then please do contact me. You can email me on markhaynes_76@hotmail.com. Okay, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.